Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus giving you some more gameplay. I'm going to be focusing on the Chicago Bears playbook on offense and defense. I'm doing draft champions, and this is game 3 and game 4 of this playbook challenge that I'm using, where basically you'll see me playing against better opponents than the previous version that I showed to you. So right here, this guy actually gets a nice little redirect with one of his offensive players in the middle of the field. And basically what I like to do when I play this is I like just to go ahead and just run it, basic cover 4 shell, and just kind of get a feel for what my opponent likes to do. This guy was running a lot of random plays. It didn't seem like he had a particular scheme. He just picked a play and then he ran with it. So there really wasn't any kind of a tell. So I decided here in this type of situation, I'm going to go ahead and just use basically a cover 2 shell. And just try to go and stop him in that type of situation, just see if he can make some reads. Now I go with a very heavy blitz. He switches into basically a single back twin set. He's got an underneath route, and then he's got basically a crosser on the backs over top of it, and he's able to go ahead and just get a quick animation to get the ball into the end zone. So good for him. That was a really good drive. He pretty much shredded my defense. A lot of people struggle against the 34 defense and the 34i defense have been running, so he showed that he's a worthy opponent. So there's a little pucker factor going on with me right now, in the sense like, okay, this guy he worked his way methodically down the field, and I'm going to do the same. So right here I'm using a read option, and in this situation it's just me not holding down the X button to hand off the ball to the running back. I just didn't hold it correctly. So I was a little bit frustrated in that type of situation. With 2nd and 13, I streak up my tight end, and I assumed that he was going to pull away. He didn't, and I threw it to the tight end regardless, and he got in the perfect lane and picked it off. So that was a good play by him. Bad read by me. I just thought he was going to move away, and I just forced the throw. So now I'm actually in a bind right now. I'm 7-0. I am getting the ball in the second half, but you don't want to be down by 2 scores. You want to basically kind of milk the clock against your opponent. He has nowhere to go with the ball. He smartly throws it away. Lives to play another down. 3rd and 8 situation. It's got a little crosser underneath, and actually tries to hit me over the top, and I'm able to go and knock that ball out with my defender. Now he spreads me out. He's basically empty backfield. I actually go with the man coverage across the middle across the field, and I get myself out of position. My user is out of position. I had to play the middle box right there, but I don't do that correctly, and as a result, he gets a nice little completion. Now I get a block shed on a man coverage. I get a sack right here. Get him in a 2nd and 20. So I'm going with the same defense again. Basically go ahead and use a Hunter over the middle of the field. He's got some crossers, and he hits the one crosser right there and actually gets a nice little pickup. In that type of situation, gets in a 3rd and 5. So he's got basically trips off to the right. I do a very heavy aggressive man blitz off to the right, and as a result he's able to go and get to 4th and inches, or actually no, 1st down. So 1st down type of situation, I jump once again back into the cover 4, just go ahead, just see if he can beat me, because basically he has to get the ball in the end zone. I get a nice little block shed. A sack right there. He doesn't know where to go with it. So 2nd and 19, I send the pressure, messes up his throw. He actually overthrows the ball. 3rd and 19, I go back into massive heavy coverage right here. He drops a deep comeback route and gets the ball down. He's in a 4th and 1 situation, comes in a heavy set. So now I go into basically goal line. You got to match for match when you get a heavy set like that. He does a play action, and he misses the corner throw. His quarterback was spraying it. Deshaun Watson was spraying the ball over the place, and I got a nice little break right there. So basically 7-0. I'm going to go to hit him with this power O out of the Chicago playbook. This is a really good run. It's a very glitchy run. It's a run that most players are not used to playing, and it's a good run to throw into this scheme that I have. Now I go back to the same play. He takes the streak, but I've got basically my second read, which I didn't do on the first time, which is the slant on the backside, and I'm able to go ahead and get a completion. So read it correctly, not like the previous time in that type of situation. So all of a sudden he quits. The guy quit the game. So I'm going to jump into my 4th game here. Basically ran the table so far. Got a lucky rage quit when I was literally down by an opponent. So I'm going to go against my next opponent. And this opponent is actually fairly good. He's played a ton of games. I think he's played, you know, well over 400 games or so, and he's got like over 20 championships with draft champions. So I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, basically run my defense, my 34 defense, give them the same look. Always come out of that cover 4 shell, drop zone. Just see what, you know, just see what they want to do against you as far as your coverage. Now I decided to come into like a heavy blitz in this 2nd and 1 situation. We'll see how he responds to the blitz, and he actually does a nice little, well, I guess that was a stretch play. Gets a couple good moves right there, jukes my other guy. Man, I was missing tackles left and right in that play right there. So now I know this guy is a runner. So that's kind of like how I'm playing with the Chicago playbook. I'm just run. So I'm going to run into man coverage. This is a good defense that's got really good coverage, but is actually really good against a run too. It just is a little bit more complex of a setup, but it's a good thing to go and throw against your opponent. Now, one of the realizations that I made when it comes to playing draft champions is that draft champions, even your linebackers, are going to be within the same kind of speed distance or speed differential as wide receivers. So you have to take that into consideration. Okay, so here's a play that he ran multiple times against me in this particular series right here. He just got a basic looping C route by the running back. He's got a drag with the tight end, and he's got routes that go over the top of that. So he kept on milking this particular play. It was a really hard play to stop because it just had a nice little complement. I come with a heavy blitz. He runs it again. He sees a drag, hits that. So basically, I got to get out of that particular play. So 3rd and inches that he converts. Goes ahead, no huddles. In this type of situation, to go ahead and just run with a cover 2 shell, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some of my guys and actually put them in some drops just to mess up his alignment. I think he overthinks it, assuming that I'm making adjustments, and as a result, he goes into a bunch situation and comes out of basically a little 45 base. And then he comes into this play, which essentially is like a jet sweep with a run. 3rd and 7 situation. I go ahead, run and cover 2. I put my zone drops at 10 yards depth with this contained defense, and I'm going to essentially just let him try to throw over my guys in 10 yards. And he goes with another run again right here, and once again, my defense luckily chases him down. He broke 3 tackles, and he's in a situation where he smartly takes the points. However, he took the points, and I have confidence in my offense, and I'm going to go ahead and be able to move the ball and score. I'm going to work the clock against this guy. This guy is going to pay the price for taking 3 points and not getting the ball in the second half. So my goal right now is just to milk this clock as much as possible. So back to the power row. I'm going to go and hit that. Just look for my holes, watch that guard, try to get the block. Back once again to the power row. You can see the blocking's right in there. I'm going to go a little bit wide. The safeties came down and actually cleaned that up, but that's kind of essentially how the play was. Now I go on to the RPO bubble pop. I get a nice little block broken tackle right there by my tight end to pick up some yards. So 2nd and 4. You're going to see in this gameplay, I'm only picking up a few yards when I'm playing the scheme, and I'm trying not to pass as much. Now here's another read that I have. Typically I look for that running back route with the out, but I've got basically a levels concept with a drag and basically a crosser going over the top of the tight end, which is the next progression. Now I audibled into a single back set, a single back ace, and I'm just going to go ahead and with a nice little inside zone play, and I'm able to go and get the ball in the end zone. And look at the clock, 30 seconds left for him to move the ball down the field. Now he's got plenty of time. I just can't give him easy yards or give him any yards over the top. So basically I'm going to run this defense, which essentially is kind of like a hybrid defense. He takes a shot over the middle of the field with his running back. He misses it. 23 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and do the same defense. He actually hits a little dragger with Waller on the backside and gets out of bounds. So that worked out for him in this type of situation. He's got time for 3 more plays based on clock management right here. Once again, he takes a shot over the top. He actually goes for it, but I've got 2 defenders down there. Almost got an interception, but he almost picked it. Who got a reception too, so that was a little bit of shaky play. But now, because he took that shot up top, he's kind of in a bind because he's got to catch the ball in field goal territory to have a shot at the territory, and he misses it. He comes up short, and now I actually just going to go ahead with a total prevent defense. Hope he doesn't get any kind of BS play down in the end zone, and he doesn't. And as a result, I am going to milk the clock against this guy and get my victory, get my championship in this draft champion. So right now it's milk mode. I don't care if I get 3 or 4 yards. I'm just going to milk this ball. I'm going to do everything underneath. There's no reason for me to go over the top and get a fast score. I don't want to give this guy any kind of opportunity to get back into the game. He had his opportunity to score twice, and that's it. You know, that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and go up by 2 possessions. So there was another situation where I did a reoption, and I meant to hand the ball off to the running back, and I just didn't hit the X button. That was just, it's one of the things I'm just doing with this scheme. I just haven't been hitting the X button correctly in read option. So back to the read option again. 3rd and 9 situation. Here we go. Going basically with the wheel route. I've got the out. I've got the little drag route, and I've got a backside deep comeback route. But the wheel's wide open, and I've got a fast running back that actually picks up a first down. So you can see 5 for 5 right now. I'm ice cold with my passing, making really good decisions against this guy, and I'm going to go and run the ball to the outside. I'm just going to keep giving it to my running back and just making this guy abuse. So right here, I go ahead and audible into the twin set out of single back, just flip it towards the strong side. Got really good blocking, but he actually has a nice little block shit with his defensive back and actually gets me, holds me for before I get a first down. Back to the read option, hold the X button correctly right there. I'm just working the clock. Look at the clock right now. I'm almost through a complete quarter against him in this type of situation, so I'm fine. I just want to chew this clock down. If I know I'm getting first downs, if it's taking 2 or 3 downs, I'm fine with it. This is where I got a little bit cute. I switched into a play that's a part of my scheme, but I really don't run it. I really don't get to the depth of this. I'm looking for the crosser in the backside. I didn't like how the guys reacted to the crosser, and then I was actually looking for X, but I just didn't feel confident. I haven't thrown that route enough where I had confidence with it, and instead of throwing the ball away, I actually took kind of a bad sack. Now here was a risky play. There was a defender in the air. You could see it in the animation in the background, and the defender was there, but I just got a really good lucky animation. So I got some Madden love right there because there was a defender there. That ball should have been knocked out. How I came down with it was beyond me. So back to basically power L, picking up 4 yards. I'll take it. I want to keep chewing the clock down. I basically have chewed down roughly 5 minutes off the clock. This guy is going to be, if I score a field goal, he's going to have only a touchdown to be able to keep him in it. Go back to the wheel the wheel route by the running back. I'm going to go ahead and settle down and just do possession catch. I'm going to go ahead and once again do the RPO bubble, and I'm able to go and get the ball in the end zone, leaving this guy with just 2 minutes left, down by 2 scores. Perfect clock management. You know, a lot of people are like, that's cheesy football, man. You should just go down and score. No, man, I'm playing the game to win. You know, it's about winning the game. I don't like taking L's, so if it means using clock management and winning the game, it's the most important thing. So this guy had his opportunity. Little crosser with basically the verticals route right there. He no huddles basically back to the route. My zone drops aren't set up correctly out of the cover 4 to be able to take away the little crosser, so he just keeps coming back to it, milking it. I think probably the best thing for me to do was probably use hard flats, and that would actually put a guy in the kind of that passing territory right there. So he takes off this quarterback in this type of situation, really good decision, and I think he stays in bounds. And right now I'm just thinking, okay, that's fine. You can keep running with your quarterback. Just keep chewing that clock down. I don't want to allow you to get to the outside. Right here, a nice little block shit sack. So he burns the timeout. Game's over with. The game is over with unless he gets an onside kick in this type of situation because he lost one of his timeouts. Basically, I'm winning this game now. So I'm feeling pretty good about that whole situation. That was a huge sack and a timeout that he had to burn in that situation. 3rd and 4, once again. Drops it down to his running back, Kamara, be able to get a first down. But look at the clock. It just keeps tripping away, going away. He's down to 40 seconds. He's not going to have a lot of time to get 2 scores just because of clock management. Now I go ahead and send the spy against him. He actually just throws the ball up, and my defender actually picks off the ball. And as a result, I'm able to go ahead and get an interception against him, and I think that's basically it. I think he actually quit out. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. If you want more of a breakdown on this 34-odd defense that I'm using, go ahead and take a look at the previous video that I posted. Once again, thanks for your support, guys. Until next time.